The Kid Gowie, Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, 'cause our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sacked. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination wasn't
We're gonna be starting soon, guys.
numerous touchdowns. They put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid that direction. You trying to run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. It's game time. The Kid Gowie, Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement.
We're about to start soon, guys.
They put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid that direction. You trying to run the ball,
Okay. Thanks for joining, guys. Adel, what up, man? Shout out to you for joining this stream as we talk about the draft after that 4.5-hour live reaction that we did the other day, Friday. So we did a 3-hour renewal on Thursday, 4.5 hours on Friday here in the channel. Tomorrow, me and Nu are gonna have the podcast, so it's gonna be good. Andrew, what up, man? Shout out to you for coming. Let's get it. What up, bro? Is that Wetter Marcus? See it? You know, trying to represent my boy Weddle. Actually, you know, I watched the Avengers and I was like, yo, Hawkeye looks. I like that haircut. I haven't done that haircut in 2 years, so I was like, I'm gonna rock that one for the summer. Jay, what up, man? What up, Samuel? So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go each pick, and I'm grading the pick, and I'm gonna tell you who would I pick. In some occasions, I would have picked somebody different. Not criticizing the player. At that point, I would have just picked somebody different. Gotta give you some stats of some of the players, and then we're gonna talk about a couple of the undrafted free agents. I have 3 pages here of stuff that I wrote. Hopefully, I understand my own handwriting, because sometimes that doesn't happen. 4 pages. 4 pages. So, you know. Adel, what up, man? I've been here for all those. Let's get it. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. CEO, what up, man? I appreciate all you guys coming. So, let's get into this. I thought the draft was really good. Sorry for that sound. My desk is a mess as I'm trying to build this computer and my motherboard and CPU doesn't want to cooperate right now. Yeah, man, representing the Orioles. Although we're sucking, which I assume we were. Video coming out of the Orioles soon, you know. Representing my Orioles always. Shout out Lucky. Thanks for joining. Okay. So, draft. I love to draft, guys. I'm a junkie for it. I'm excited for next week's the mini camp for the rookies. And then off-season workouts will come afterwards. And, you know, super excited. But here we are. We're going to talk about this draft. So we're going to start about Hollywood Brown. And Hollywood Brown, the grade that I gave that draft pick is a B+. I like Hollywood. I'm excited for Hollywood. I think we needed somebody like Hollywood to take the top of defense. Hollywood is a guy that didn't have to run the 40, right, for you to know this dude is fast. he plays fast. And it's funny because sometimes you will see people that run fast and they don't play as fast, and we're going to talk about some of them later. And you have people or players that don't run a fast 40, which it wasn't the case of Hollywood. He didn't run a 40 at all, and they play really fast. Hollywood plays really fast, and something that I also like about Hollywood is his route running ability. He has a route running ability, which we don't have right now, any player really that runs routes, and that gets me excited. So a couple things that I wrote a couple things here for every player, because if not I will forget. Route running, like I said, it was good. Release off the line, that's really good, very important. His speed obviously is excellent. He can take the top off the defense. It will make the safety respect us. It will make that safety stay out in the middle of the field because he has to be worried about Hollywood, right? Vision. Once he gets that ball, man, yak yardage is awesome, right? I mean, he has a good vision, and he's slippery. He's very slippery. So yeah, and then another thing that is really underrated for him that I like is he puts effort into blocking. Now, is he the best blocker? No. But the effort. Can he hold somebody for a second too? Yes. I mean, we've seen players, a la Jimmy Grant. There's plenty of videos online of Jimmy Grant just standing, playing tight next to the left tackle or right tackle, and he literally just stands there as the player passes by him. This dude at least puts effort, which I like. Effort is something that I want for every player. What I don't like about him, size, which potentially could be injury, right? He's currently dealing with one right now. The other thing I don't like as I watch more and more tape of Hollywood is this drives me crazy. He lets the ball come in too much into his body. I love when receivers, and I preached this before, get the ball here. Don't let it come here. And the deep pass sometimes is you're corralling the ball, but I feel like sometimes he's used to like letting the ball come in and corral like that. That's some things I don't like about Hollywood. My pick would still be Nkeel. I think Nkeel he will have a better adjustment to the ball. That being said, I think Nkeel would have been a better quarterback for Lamar and like immediately. But as we saw later on, we addressed that side and ability to adjust to the ball. So I think Hollywood makes a lot of sense for the Ravens. I think I put a B+. I don't like that he's injured with the same injury that Hurst essentially had, and Perriman had, that basically let them not play in that first year. Let me see here a couple of things. Warriors for life for sure, man. He's fast and quick. Yes. Is it not great for John Brown? No shade. No, yeah. By the way, guys, this is no shade on Hollywood. Again, I like him. I'm actually, even though he wasn't in my top 4, I'm getting his jersey. I'm excited for him. This is just an honest opinion. I try also for the games when the Ravens play, because I know a lot of you are newer to the channel, meaning you came after the season was over. But I try to wait one day after the game is played to do my opinion of the game, so I can have some cool off period, right? Sometimes you're too high or too low, you're too excited. So Mark says Boykin is a great pickup, great route runner, and gets separation. We'll talk about Boykin soon. Hollywood brings attention, love the duo with Boykins. Also, we'll have loved to see upgrade to see Arcia Whiteside. Yeah, I was surprised when he went in the second round to the Eagles. Hollywood attacks the ball. Yes, but again, he just, in my opinion, he lets the ball come in too much to him. He will attack the ball, but again, instead of having the ball catch it here, he will attack, but lets the ball come in. That's when a DB can just stick a hand and let the ball, knock that ball off. Remember, he played in a conference where defense wasn't top notch, so. Just be honest. Kevin Harmon was the king of the yes, which again I was never a big Kevin Harmon. Raven made a good call not picking him up. Craven, what up, man? Thanks for joining. What up? Love Hollywood speed. About time the Ravens draft some flashy players. So, yes. So let me also mention as we go here. One thing: this team got playmakers. They got a lot of playmakers, and we're fast. We haven't been this fast in a while. I mean, we had Perriman was fast. We had Torrey Smith that was fast at one point. But if you took those two, and then John Brown, but now we have a lot of fast players. And we'll keep going on this. Okay. So, second pickup was Jalen Ferguson, 85th pick. I give that pick an A. Oh, wait. Hollywood. His best game that I saw was against West Virginia, which they usually have a really good defense. So I was looking for, well, actually, not that it was his best game. I didn't check stat-wise. I went and looked for teams that they played that were good teams. So I couldn't pick Alabama because he was injured. So I went on the schedule, and West Virginia was their toughest opponent defensive-wise. 11 recs, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was spectacular. That was just epic. Epic performance. Okay. Let me see here real quick. By the way, thanks for all 20 of you that are here. And if you can give it a thumbs up as you are here for a second, just please do. So let me see here. Cornard, thanks for coming, man. Hollywood plus Lamar plus Wickland plus Ingram, the Costa stream, and Hill. Yes. Again, we have playmakers. I couldn't tell you what was the last time that I can say, hey, we have playmakers, right? We may have a playmaker, and we're talking about offense. We do have playmakers on defense, but don't forget about Mark Andrews. Yes. Well, I agree. I'm talking currently just let's get about the draft, but at the end I'll address the whole offense. So Perriman was a fast, but he plays slow for the most part. Yeah, I remember only one time seeing Perriman push that second gear. He grabbed a slant against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins players couldn't catch him. But I mean, that was one play in 3 years. So okay, we work, we're slick, we're fast, we have options. I agree. So Marcus says, Sonny, did you ever give thought of trading for Aguilar when the Eagles made him available? I mean, that's an intriguing player. Veteran player. At this point, I would like to give the young guy, especially when we were at the 2+ the undrafted, the opportunity. That's a guy that the Eagles might want to trade him after preseason. You know, they might be looking to move when they see what Arcega-Whiteside does. Now, Arcega-Whiteside and Aguilar, they're very different. And Arcega is more of an outside jump ball guy. Aguilar thrives in that slot position. So, okay, so Ferguson. I get that pick an A versus Hollywood B+. I thought value purposes, third round, late third round, that was awesome. They didn't have to trade up, they didn't have to give assets. I thought the trade down for Hollywood, that was really good too. So, let me see what I wrote here for Ferguson. Good burst. I love getting out of the snap. He was really, really good. He's not overly explosive, so he will jump out of the snap really quick, but explosion to the attack the guy sometimes, in my opinion, as I was watching more and more tape, he lacks. Bull rush, that's his move. He will bull rush you to the end of the world. He will bull rush you to the. He does some spin move, but it was limited. The hand usage really good against the bull rush. You have to have good use of hand, and he placement was fantastic. Like I said, he can do a spin move, but it wasn't really good. Now, before I keep going, one concern him only having the bull rush so far is tackles will adjust to that, right? So he needs to develop the spin move as well. Great in the point of attack, good tackler, which I love, brings people down, and effort in every play. He gives you effort in every play. Now, one concern that I kept watching about him, he doesn't bend well, which I think Ferguson, as I watch him more and more, I think we will have to kick him as a 3-4 DN or just a pass rusher specialist, right? And an outside linebacker, you have to pull back. You have to be good in coverage. He doesn't excel in that. I'm not saying that he can't, but currently he doesn't. They really didn't use him much in Louisiana Tech on that. And also, when he's on the outside rusher, you have to be able to bend. You have to be able to get flexible. Suggs awesome on that, right? So those two things he doesn't do well. So can he be outside linebacker? Maybe. I want him. Obviously, he's gonna be try as an outside linebacker, but at worst, I think he'll be a good DN on that line. He's more of a guy to the hand to the dirt type of guy. Best game that I saw. Well, again, I go with the opponents. Louisiana Tech. Obviously, one of his knocks is he didn't play against good opponents, right? But I went and found the LSU game. Dude had 2 tackles, 4 assists, and 1 sack. Really good game against a really good line. So let me see here as before we keep going. Arcega is a red zone possession receiver. I agree with that. Mac can replace Brandon Willie in 2020. We're gonna talk about Mac when Ravens can save $9.25 million and they pay Peters, pair him with Mac. Also, is Willie Henry FA season? Willis could replace him. Oh, free agency. Yeah, this is the last year for Henry. Comparison to Zadarius Smith. I think so. I think he's really, really similar to Zadarius Smith coming out of college. It took Zadarius, and you know what? If he can give us the production, I don't know if you guys check how Zadarius' production was in 2015 when he was a rookie. 5.5 sacks. If he can produce 5.5 sacks, that's awesome. As a rookie, that's really good. The other thing is, as an outside linebacker, we need Bowser to step up. We need Williams to step up. So those are 2 players that I'm counting this year. You have to count on them. Ferguson, I think there's some development there that he needs to be able to go through. But I like it. Again, I give him an A. Really good value pick at that point. A guy that has a lot of potential. Again, LSU, good opponent. 2 tackles, 4 assists, 1 sacks. And you might say, Sonny, 2 tackles? Yeah, he's a D tackle. Well, not a D tackle. He's a DN, outside linebacker. He's trying to get to the quarterback. So assisting on 4 tackles, 2 tackles, and 1 sack is a really, really good game. He has an okay bend. Okay bend is it's a nice thing to say. I think he lacks bend. I mean, but it's not that he cannot develop it. I'm not trying to say that, oh, he can't bend now. That means he will never. No, I mean, coaching, right? Same thing for playing coverage. It's not like they're going to ask him to play coverage all the time. So can he be serviceable in coverage? That's the main thing. If he can be, then that's all you want as an outside linebacker, just to keep an eye on it. Okay, so like I said, Boykins can be a red zone threat. Hollywood and Lamar also. Okay, so we're going to talk about Boykins now. So Boykins was picked with the 93rd overall pick. B+, I get Boykins as a pick for that moment. I know that hurt Nubo, and we were here sitting and we were like, oh, but this. I think when Ferguson picked, I didn't predict Ferguson. I thought we were going to go O-lineman at that point. But I told the guys, like, I don't think it's going to be a wide receiver. Then when the 3rd round came, or the 3rd pick came, I was like, oh yeah, especially when we traded up, I said, like, oh, it's going to be a wide receiver. I said it could be Hakeem, could be DK was still there? Yeah, I think DK was still there. No, DK wasn't. I don't know. I said, whoever the wide receivers are there, and we named it, and blah, blah, blah. So, but B+. So this is one thing I love with him. Hands. Go watch him. The catches. Not body catches. I mean, I'm not saying that he will never catch one with his body. He pushes to catch with the hands. Big frame guy. Tall guy. You high point it up there. You don't let it come to your body. The corners are going to have a hard time snapping that ball out of you. So that's something that I saw that I love for him. Good on 50-50, obviously. Contested catches, good vision. So one of the things that I saw with him is once he caught the ball, he would look also like Hollywood, yak yardage, which is very important. And if you think about it, and this against us, I'm expecting a lot of corners to have one-on-one. So big dude can catch, stiff arm, might take it to the house. He has a really good ball ability to track the ball once it's in the air, right? So I like that. Really good on the block. Now, a couple of things I didn't like. He ran, jumped, all this really fast. So I'm watching the tape. He doesn't play as fast as he ran. Like, he ran really good. 4.43, I think it was, 40. That's awesome. Especially for a 6'3 guy. That's awesome. But when he's playing, I don't see that as... He doesn't look as fast. Like, Hollywood's like, yo, that dude is fast. Boykins, I mean, he's not like he's a slowpoke, but he doesn't play as fast as the numbers will tell you. And then his route running ability is lacking. Now, he said, I was watching an interview with him, and he was saying that he didn't run more routes because it wasn't asked for him, that he can develop more routes, and he's working on it. And his release is okay. Again, really good late third round. This guy, I think it could be a future star. Is gonna be also Lamar's best friend in a third and long, tight coverage. You just throw it at him like what Bolden was for Flacco. So, a couple games that I found for Boykins against Michigan. Ugh. 1 catch, 28 yards. Against Stanford. It's funny because Arcega Whiteside in that game had 5 catches, 60 yards, I think it was. Our boy Boykins, 11 catches. That's what I want to see. A game with 11 catches. 144 yards and 1 touchdown. And against Clemson boys, 5 recs, 69 yards. I can live with that. So, because obviously receivers depend on the quarterback. Okay, so let me see here. Let me see. I slept on DK went to Seattle in the second round. Okay, let me. Okay, Hollywood. Okay, so for Let's Get It, I think Ferguson will be a beast. I don't disagree. If he cleans a couple of things, he is going to be a beast, and he can definitely be Suggs replacement. Marcus. Some say Jay Ferguson will play better with more weight on him. We'll see. I mean, I think he has the frame to put more weight. Conrad said, can't wait to see Boykins Hollywood play action with Lamar's skill set. I can't wait either, guys. I'm super excited. Somebody put a meme of Flacco saying, what was this when I was here? And I agree. I mean, I haven't seen this type of drip. You can see the shift from Aussie to DK. Or not DK. To the Costa. I slept on Boykins. He attacks the ball. He had a tremendous combine. Yes, looks like he did have a tremendous combine. Boykin is smooth as hell. Boykin goes and gets it. I agree with that. So CEO says Ravens are tired of taking chances with wide receiver who drop. With drop issues. So Boykin was a safe pick. He will make a good number 2 in the future. I agree. I mean, I think he needs to clean. If he learns how to route run, Duke could be a number 1. More of a over the top kind of guy. Conrad, I'm assuming you're talking about Hollywood. What's the B word 52? Shout out to you, man. My boy's starting to get his YouTube channel together. Check it out. Let's get it said. Boykin had the best vertical and contra in the combine. No, his combine was at the chart. Boykin's a big body possession type of guy. First down and touchdown. I agree. So, like I said, if he can be our Bolden, that would be spectacular. Bolden, when he was in Arizona, he wasn't only catching and he was down. Like, he was create yak yardage. And this dude, Boykins, he has the ability. He has strong. I mean, stiff arm and go. Boykin does look slow because he has no quickness, unlike Hollywood. I agree with that, CEO. Narom, what's up, man? Thanks for coming to the channel. Let me see here. Adel, I remember we picked Marlin over the other Alabama corner there that had the most hype. Can't remember who it was. That's how I feel about Boykins. I don't remember either right now. Rehodo says, I hope Lamar can throw some back shoulder to Boykins. Well, I'm hoping Lamar is practicing the back shoulder fade. Boykin reminds me of Bolden, but with better speed. Well, actually, Bolden was fast. The thing is, we only remember slower Bolden because that's the one we got in Baltimore. Bolden was explosive when he was in Arizona. Go check him with the early years. He catch that ball, stiff arm, and go. And Boykins reminds me a lot of him. I could not believe DK and Butler went so late. I learned that the scouts know more than we do. Yes, for sure. Boykin is still kind of raw. If we coach him up good, he will ball because he was. I agree with what you're saying completely. That's something I was saying. He doesn't let the ball come. My favorite thing, if you can remember anything about Boykin, my favorite thing. Here all the time, gets the ball, brings the hands to the ball, doesn't let it. Again, when we were playing against the Bengals, Humphrey was someone that will like push his hand between the hands of or to the chest of the receivers, because a lot of receivers let the ball come in and then he'll slap it down. If you catch it here, they can't do that. They can. I mean, the elite ones can, but not many. So, Harry Holland, what's up, bro? Ben Powers, who I'm going to talk about Ben soon. I think he will start in left guard, dominate, and bring mean streak to the offensive line. I like Ben Powers, and again, we're going to talk about him soon. Thanks for coming, man. Jay says Bolden was unstoppable his first 3 to 4 years. He was awesome. Bolden wasn't fast; he was quick. I got it. Justin Hill is my absolutely favorite pick. Okay, so let's keep going. So I got a lot of flack for this one, and we're gonna transition to Justin Hill right now. I got a lot of flack for this one because when that pick was made, and Saturday, I was in Hershey Park, as I told most of you. Justin Hill came in. It's like not in love with position that they pick at that moment. So I get that pick a B. And this is why. Not a knock on Justin Hill. I think Justin Hill is a perfect back for what we need. And I think also this pick was a reaction of what happened on the pick before us. Redskins took my favorite, which was Love. I thought Love was going to go in the 5th round, which is what I was hoping the Ravens take him. So they saw Love going early, and they were like, okay, we need that type of change of pace guy, and they took Hill, which Hill's really good. Here's what I have for him. He has excellent vision. Excellent vision. One thing that I love that I didn't knew about him until I started watching more and more film. He has a canny ability to just wait for the blocker and see a crease, a hole, and then do that one cut and go. Like so fast. Again, vision and patience to let those blockers develop a little bit. Now, in this offense, he might not need to let the blockers develop a lot unless Lamar is being on the center. But for the most part, when you're in shotgun, Lamar's reading the blockers for you. Change your direction. Amazing. Good balance. So when he was going in traffic, he doesn't get knocked out easily. He doesn't lose his balance. He stays put. The ability to pass block was another thing that I was surprised. I was, again, watching film. I was like, dude can block. Because he's not big. And I was like, dude can block. Loved it. Thing that I didn't like. One of the things I didn't like. Average hands. Hands weren't great, which I was expecting us to draft a running back with better hands. Now, it could be the offense. Could be coach. We'll see, right? He's a rookie. I don't want to put the stigma on him. So, the other thing is he can't move the pile. So, obviously, but that's not something we're going to bring him here for. You had Ingram, you had Gus to do that. You had Dixon. And like I said, not natural hands. Who would I drafted there? I would have drafted Samaya, and he went the pick after. I think Samaya was a little bit better than Ben Powers, and you were taking the risk of not taking neither of those guards. Now, Ben Powers did fall to us, and I'll talk about him later. But when you didn't take Samaya, again, in my opinion, a little bit better than Ben Powers, you were risking because you didn't trade up in the next pick. You waited. So I would have taken Samaya, and then I would have taken a running back maybe the next 4th, and the pick up Ben Powers. Games that I saw against Boise. Boise has a stingy defense. 15 carries, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Iowa State, 24 carries, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Neither of those games he had any wrecks. Against Texas, Texas was ranked, I think, 14 in the country with that in this game. 23 carries, 92 yards. 3 receptions, 14 yards. So, other than the Boise State, these other 2 games weren't like super spectacular, but the thing is, he brings you that change of pace that you need. Our running backs don't have that change of pace. The running backs are not super explosive, super fast. This guy can, if you read it wrong, let me give you a picture. Lamar, shotgun, read option. You have Hollywood running. Lamar fix it to Hollywood. You know that's gonna, on the comeback, that's gonna make the linebacker sheet, and then he fakes it to Hill. Gonna bring a bunch of this defense, and then Lamar has the other side to run. Or he sees if the defense react as he's gonna keep the ball, Hill takes the ball. Hill can, if he goes to the second level, you might as well. He's gone. He's fast. He can, like I said, home run hitter. Love the pick. Love the player. Not necessarily the position in that point. Again, I took a lot of flack on Twitter because of saying that Samaya would have been my pick there. Nothing against Hill. I think he's gonna be really good in this offense. So let me see here. Gerald, what up, man? Thanks for coming. We missed Bryce Love by 1 spot. Yeah, I wouldn't draft it though in the 4th round. I was surprised. I thought he was gonna be in the 5th. I really hope we work on Justice routes. Running his speed will be a mix match on the passing game. Yes, if he can develop hands, he's gonna be a nightmare. Corey agrees with you. Home run runner. Yes, he is. There says a bit a Le'Veon Bell-esque, but we with the one cut. Yeah. So one thing I did, Le'Veon was thicker. Like Le'Veon was a big boy. Yes, sir, Corey. His legs strong as hell. Yes, that's what I was saying with the balance. He goes through traffic. He doesn't go down easy. Justin Hill will have 1 play touchdown runs with our offense. I agree with that. Like I said, I think the player fits really, really good, and he's gonna potentially have he will create a lot of mismatches and be a nightmare. If he can develop hands, oof. Damn. Think about it. Passing play. You fake it to him. He doesn't stay on the block. He runs a flat or curl. Lamar's looking while the defense are going to start collapsing on Lamar. Small dump to him. Linebacker ain't stopping this dude. He ain't stopping this dude. So, let me see here. Justice Hill can see, like Alvin, a good compliment to Mark Ingram. Yeah, I like it. And Gus Edwards. Yes, I like him. I see him making a 80 to 90. Yes, I can see him. There you go, Wesley, for Q Hut. Harry says, I think Kenneth Dixon will be traded for a late round pick. I think Scott will sign a UDFA. Okay, so he's going to be DFA. Make the team. And draft the guy will make the team over him. And we'll talk about a guy that I like. He's bigger, faster, and better receiver. Le'Veon Bell clone. Okay. So I agree with a lot of the comments, and at the end I'm going to wrap it up and just tell you where I have. Oh wait, where am I passing the page? Next guy, Ben Powers. I talked about Ben Powers before. I mocked us taking him in the 3rd round, so I have him with an A- grade. I mean, I thought both Samaya and him would have been in the 3rd round, and they went to the 4th round. I think he's really good. Really good pass protection. His pass protection is really good. His problem is he struggles against really athletic guys. He holds his own against power guys, which is good in our division. And on the run game, he wasn't as good as I would have thought, right? Pulling him, he wasn't as crisp. Now, that could be coach. This guy, I think he's a He reminds me a lot of Yanda. And I see this dude and I see him in the film, and he reminds not as good. And I'm trying to say he's as good as Yanda. Yanda's a veteran. He developed. He learned a lot. But this guy's a future guard. Left, right, doesn't matter. Wherever you want to put him, he's a future guard. Can he start day one? Maybe. He's gonna get the opportunity. So he is a Baltimore Ravens type of guard, in my opinion. So like that pick. I don't have, like I said, A-. I wouldn't draft anybody else, especially after drafting Justin Hill. You needed a lineman there. I like him. Okay, so let me see here. Gerald says, I believe that. Nobody will trade for Dixon. I don't think we cut Dixon. I think we keep 4. Because you never know injuries. And Dixon in this offense, he showed that he can still be good. He still can be good. So he's cheap. It's not like he's going to cost you a lot. If you put him in the practice squad, somebody will pick him up. As soon as a running back gets injured, and that happens a lot, somebody will pick him up. Okay, so Joel Sessions, what up, man? Thanks for joining the live stream. By the way, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be alerted every time I do videos or I push a video. Also, please take a second and give it a thumbs up. So Craven says, I was thinking the same thing about Scott. Dixon should retire. Who do you think will start in the fourth wide receiver slot? I'll talk about it at the end because I want to also talk about 2 undrafted wide receivers. He fumbles 2. He does again. I think they're gonna keep him as the 4th guy. Now he will have to play special teams. Do you think choosing Ben Powers over Samaya was due to the great chemistry Powers has with Orlando Bland? Well, they really didn't choose him over Samaya. They just picked Justin Hill over Samaya. By the time they picked Ben Powers, Samaya wasn't there. Now, the chemistry with Brown, that didn't hurt Powers. So that's awesome. I mean, I love those stories. He fumbles 2. Q Hot says, no feeling Dixon. No, you're not feeling Dixon. Again, he's cheap. He was a 4th round pick. He probably is like $500,000, $600,000. Yeah, I did all of that. Marcus says, bro, Katie fumbles once almost every game. Again, Marcus, I think you keep him just in case somebody gets injured. Samaya got drafted earlier, but yes, he got drafted the pick after Justice Hill, so the 114th, because Justice Hill was the 113th. Ben Powell's 123rd, and then the next guy that we're going to talk about, Iman Marshall. So it says here for Harry, before I start here, Ingram, Edwards, Hill, and Scott will be our RBs. Scott. Oh, it wasn't Scott. The other guy that was undrafted free agent that we signed, practice squad, Turner. That was the other one. So Edward, Hill, Ingram, and Turner. I can see Turner taking over Dixon, but Dixon is way more slippery. Way more slippery than Turner. Turner is really similar to Edwards. But hey, if Turner plays better in camp, yeah, Turner. Point is, they need, in my opinion, they're going to keep 4, and that 4th guy is going to be one of the guys that are cheap. Oh, that was one of the guys that we got on the undrafted. Okay, so I haven't seen any video for LJ Scott, so I'll try to watch video of him. So if one of you can DM me so I can remember this, I'll do, because I watched some film on some of the undrafted guys that I thought they were interesting. Of the ones that I found film, I actually had to, like the tight end out of Delaware, I love his hands, but it was all highlights. I couldn't find film from him. So by highlight he looks good, but it's highlight. So yeah, you're also Turner. Yeah, so he was undrafted last year. He actually was the one that came to the team. It wasn't Edwards, and Turner got injured, and then they brought Edwards in, and then Edwards didn't look back. Sonny, did you hear EDC talk about Scott potentially playing safety? That just tells me, no, I didn't, but that just tells me Scott is gone. He ain't playing safety. I mean, there's 2 safeties. They're good behind the 2 really good safeties that we have between Scott and Clark, those two safeties, they have the backup slotted. So yeah, Scott, if they're talking about Scott switching to safety, he's done. He's gonna be a practice squad guy. 99 from Texas A&M. Commerce good too. And then CEO says, Amen seems like a bad pick here. To me, in my opinion, he has the size, but gets burned quick. Yes, we're gonna talk about Eamon. Jefferson sucks. No, IQ, I disagree. He's a hell of a box safety. He's not a free safety. He's a hell of a box safety. Watch him how he explodes to the ball. He's a short tackler. Love some Jefferson. But let me talk about Eamon Marshall now. Quick, because I got deviated. I think the Joker can potentially replace Jefferson. He needs 1 year behind Jefferson to learn that position, but Jefferson is still very young. So I love Jefferson. Love him. Okay, that being that, let me talk about Iman. This pick, the 127, I give him a C-. I think at best what I can expect for him is a special team guy. At best. I mean, so he's physical. He has good size. Okay. And I'm being graceful to him there in the zone. He can run with wide receivers. He cannot locate the ball, so he tends to grab and get either holding or PI calls. Horrible in backpedaling, so his best attribute, I guess, is a man, because if you put him in backpedaling, he's done. He's good in jamming receivers, so that's good. He is good in the running game, so he can tackle. He can tackle, which I love. I love tackling corners. But again, he tends to hold. He can't find the ball. Ball skills are just average at best. The player, I give a C- here. I don't like it. I mean, there's a lot of development with him. Nah, he's a 4th rounder. He had picks in the first 2 years. Last 2 years, he has 0 picks in the last 2 years. The pick that I would have made here, Treadwell, linebacker from Clemson, would have been my pick that I would. He went like 6 or 7 picks after this one. Michael Jordan, a guy that potentially can battle for a center spot, or can be your backup guard. Ben Powers wins to the left guard. Michael Jordan can be the backup guard for if Gianna retires next year and can fight for the center spot. Michael Jordan would have been the other guy that I would have drafted here. He went in the 4th round as well. So that was probably in my opinion, the pick that I hated the most. So, okay, so let me see here, because I see a lot of comments. I prefer Turner. Okay, hold on. Jefferson's lit. Okay. Change with Tony Jefferson then. He sucks. He's slow. Okay. I'll let that go. We play a lot of man. So he's okay. No, he's not. He's not okay in man. He's best on man. That doesn't mean he's good. Because the problem is he can kind of run with them, but because he cannot locate the ball to save his life, he gets into penalty situations. So can that be coached? Sure. Hopefully he can be coached. He needs to learn how to locate the ball. Now that was something that Humphreys was knocked before the draft that year, and he learned. So can he locate the ball? He needs to learn how to coverage while backpedaling. He is horrible. So I think at best he's a special teamer this year, like I said. I heard they might put him as safety. Well, actually, as a box safety, because he can tackle. That wouldn't be bad. Can he play in open space? Maybe. I didn't see it, obviously. Zone, reaction time wasn't the best, but I can see it. CEO says we have a lot of quality corners. Do not see the point of going corner in that pick. Logan says you're sleeping on Marshall. Again, I'm not saying that he is gonna be completely trash. At this point, I'm saying a 4th round pick usually makes a team. So with him, he's either gonna have a very little injury that he's gonna get IR because he needs work, or He's gonna be a special teamer. Now he has the size, he has the athleticism. He might just need to be coached. He might just need to be coached. But at this point where he is at now, I don't see him contributing to the team. Now, in this position where we drafted him, we don't really need him to contribute, but I mean, where is he? He's very buried, right? If you think about Humphries, Carr, Smith, Avery, Kennedy, Tavon, that's 6 before he comes into play. So yeah, he's gonna be buried. With Mac, oh man, I thought I wrote Mac's numbers. Yeah, well, I don't have Mac's numbers, but he was the 160th pick, and he was a 5th rounder. Before I start with Mac, let me see. I hated the Marshall pick too. That's Andrew. Oh wait. We had a lot. Okay, no. Here. Joel says, I heard that Marshall was going to retire. You're joking, okay? Kennedy injury prone. He will be gone. Kennedy, maybe. I mean, if he gets injured, they IR him again. Another play that doesn't cost you anything. So, so Dylan. Dylan has unbelievable explosiveness out of the line. Now, this dude basically played nose tackle. Didn't play D tackle. So essentially, he played the position that Pierce is playing. He has good leverage. He has so his hand usage is really good, and I check older videos, and what it looks like he's getting better. So coaching wise, looks like he can learn and progress. Great motor, love his motor, short tackler. You go near him, he's gonna bring you down. Now he doesn't have a huge wingspan to tackle somebody. But dude is amazing. Dude, really good nose tackler. Now my concern with him is sometimes he gets locked with the center or guard, and he doesn't know how to get off that block. So again, as a 5th round pick, these guys are not perfect. I think, can he be the potential replacement of Pierce? Yes, he could. Pierce was an undrafted guy. He will be a guy that will make the team and be probably inactive for most of the year, in my opinion. Him, or Jerry Willis, and we'll talk about him later. But both of them are not gonna be active. One of them will be IR, in my opinion, and the other one will be inactive. I don't think Mac or Willis survives the free agent the practice squad. So now that pick I give it a B. Again, a guy that I think has a lot of potential. If I would have changed that pick, I would have taken B. Walker from Georgia, outside rusher or edge rusher. I would have liked him better than, especially we got Willis later. Now they couldn't predict that, but the ones that I'm saying substituted, hindsight's 2020. So now I know who we picked, so I can since I can cherry pick a little bit. Let me see here. The Mac truck, I like that, Logan. Before the draft, Danny Jeremiah had Mac comp to Pierce. So maybe Pierce gone next year? Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying Mac cannot play D tackle. They just didn't use him as a D tackle. So Pierce plays purely nose tackle. B. Williams usually plays a little bit off the center, more of a D tackle. He also plays nose tackle, but he has the person to play both. This dude was just playing nose tackle. That's not saying that he cannot play D tackle. I'm just saying on film, basically, he was just nose tackling all the way. Mac, for CEO, says Mac was a reach. Ironically, it made more sense to get Gerald Willis, our free agent pickup, at that spot. Well, Willis has some issues, right? He punched, the son of our old OC? I'm blank. Marty Morwood. He punched that his son, and I have a couple other things with him. Andrew says Da Costa wants to resign Pierce. More likely, Brandon Williams gone 2020, and Mark. That could be it too. B. Wills is gonna be expensive next year. If the hope is B. Williams balls out, and then you can trade him. You can trade. That would be spectacular. So that's my assessment with Dylan Mack. Then on the 6th round, the Ravens surprised me. Trace McSorley. I think one of you guys asked me, what will be the position that you don't think they will pick at? And I said quarterback and corner. They drafted both. Ironically, they didn't take any linebacker. So McSorley. Good arm accuracy. So he has I would dare to say, well, Lamar was actually fairly accurate in college, and then in the pros wasn't as accurate. The game's moving so much faster. But in college, he had a decent accuracy. Good anticipation of rushers, of free rushers. So he will see that rusher, and the dude is a playmaker. He has the ability to just avoid the sack. He's kind of clutch. He has a couple of games that he came up through, and he has a good arm strength. Things that I don't like with him, he cannot, or at least he basically, when one guy, if his guy wasn't there, he ran. Versus Lamar last year, I will see Lamar, like if you just watch Lamar, he will go through his progression. Boom, 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 and sometimes Lamar had open field, he wouldn't run, he kept looking through progression. That's not something I see. Again, something can be developed. Then I see with McSorley, he did tend to force the ball sometimes, needs to work on his mechanics, and needs to set his feet with throwing. So, now this dude is a playmaker. In my opinion, this might mean that RG3's year here might be a 1-year stay, and then McSorley, I think, is either a guy that is either gonna be practice squatted, or probably most likely he's gonna be. I can see them just activating McSorley and say, RG3, you're gonna be inactive. If Lamar suffers an injury, then McSorley will take the rest of the game, and then RG3 will start over McSorley. But McSorley, you can, well, and Harbaugh alluded to this, you said as with Hill. Dude, think about he is lined out as a receiver, right? Lamar, not on the center, but shotgun. Ingram. Fake it to Ingram. Then McSorley comes, you give it to a reverse. You have a guy like Mark Andrew, tight. He shuts the block, right? He chips in enough so there's not a free rusher, and then he leaks out. McSorley grabs it. He's gonna attract all the defense because now they just think he's gonna run. Easy completion. That's why this offense has me excited. We have so many possibilities now. Literally playmakers. Quarterback playmakers, running back playmakers, right receiver playmakers, tight ends, they're playmakers. When was the last time we could say that from the Ravens? And not on defense. Defense, we are always been good. On offense, can't remember, right? So let me see here. Lexiata says Trace was my favorite pick. Da Costa might want to resign Pierce, but Pierce might want to test the market. I agree with that. Trace is going to be fun to watch in preseason. Oh, preseason is going to be awesome, man. I hope Trace can be a Tyson Hill or a good backup because he fits our system. I agree with you with that. That dope boy, shout out to you. Thanks for coming to the stream. Hopefully McSorley is in another camp arm. No, I think they're going to use him more than a quarterback. He's going to be a weapon. Man, I don't like this trick plays. You know what? Keeps the defense honest. I can't wait. This is from Samuel. I can't wait to hear about a certain wide receiver undrafted free. Oh, he's here. He's here. Lexiata says, I think Lamar and Trace would share carries, and Lamar doesn't take too much hits. And Jera says, I understand that. Okay. So with the sharing carries, maybe. I think they're going to use him way more on trick plays, meaning that he might run a reverse and he might just keep it. And he might be in a reverse and he might throw it. And sometimes he might be lined up and they might say just go a go route and play as a receiver. Because then when you see him line up, you can't think that he's coming always in reverse, right? And then at that point he can fake it like he's taking a bubble screen and the defense is going to play him tight and he can have a release for easy completion. If he goes as a receiver and he actually runs a route or just a go route, then you cannot always assume he's coming in reverse. And in a reverse, if he keeps it, then that's going to bring defensive down. Again, he can pass, so the guy can be a special weapon for the Ravens. Okay, so let's see here. Andrew says, what I'm saying, I think the Costa gets a deal done with Pierce well before 2019 season is over. Yeah, well, this is the time. If they want Pierce, they have to do it now in the summer. Can't wait. Same thing for Judah. Can't wait. Because if you're both of them, unless you get franchise, why would you test the free agency? Even if you like the deal. Let's say you like the deal that they offers you. Both of those next year. And just before free agency. If I was them, why would I just accept that deal? Let me test the market. I'm sure mostly like the deal that the Ravens gave him, but when you left it for the 5th year and you didn't sign him in the year before, you opened the door. That's what happened. What up, Coach? Everybody check the channel up the Coach. He actually does film breaking on a lot of players. My boy is awesome. So check out Zip2 Tally Films. Okay, so Lex Guerra says, Coach. Andrew says, I'm also saying in order to resign Pierce, Augusta will part ways with Williams. Well, they can sign Pierce and still keep Williams for this year. Like your draft pick, Vid. So they're talking over there. That dope boy. I hope Judon gets his deal done for. He's more he's more valuable than Pierce. Just right now, we put replacement for Pierce. We don't know if they're gonna be as good. Ravens have they had the ability of developing D tackles from the longest time. So Samuel says, don't forget Trace is an insurance policy for RG3. Our RG3 ain't getting traded. He's not gonna get traded. You can always find D linemen. Well, and we do develop good D linemen. Right? Remember, we still have Henry on the roster, Wormley on the roster, and Seiler from last year's 7th round. So, do I think Ziggy Ansah gets picked? I think if he's still there on May 8th, I think it is, whatever it is, he is. Because Ansah can actually be an outside rusher versus Ferguson potentially could be, but he needs to clean a couple things to play outside linebacker versus a 4-3 DN. Again, I love the Ferguson pick, but Ansah is more proven, and he's going to be cheap. He might get injured during the year, and by then Ferguson might be ready to step up. But that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let me go now with a couple undrafted. I only have 3 guys. Couldn't watch film for more. Again, I went we've been almost an hour here, and I've been talking about just players. So let's talk about Anthony Wesley from Texas Tech. Before that, Lex Guerra said, do you think we still sign a vet middle? Oh, yeah. I think Zach Brown, another guy at May 8th. It makes sense. Because at this point, Zach Brown, yeah, that's what I said, CEO. Because let's say you sign him 1 year, the year approved deal. Come to the camp, come to preseason. A rookie outperforms him. You cut him. You don't lose anything. They don't lose anything. So, okay, Anthony Wesley. Okay, this dude is long. You know who he reminds me of? Jaleel Scott. Lengthy, tall dude. Uses his body well. Not the fastest guy. He ain't gonna blaze you speed. Doesn't have many routes. He's more of a post you up catcher. Good in contested catches. I like how he He did really good. You know what he was surprisingly good was on once he catched the ball, producing yak yardage. Because he doesn't play fast, but he has good vision, and even though he's skinny, he has a good stiff arm to produce that extra yak yardage. Really good blocker. So that's good to remember that. He's a good blocker in the running game. Doesn't have a good release of the ball. So, and another good thing he had was adjusted well to the ball once it's in the air. Anthony Wesley, a guy that I think can push Jaleel Scott out. You can't keep both of them. I think they're both the same. I think this dude, I like him better, but again, he just was against college kids. Now, oh wait, no, hold on, guys. Battery's running low. Oh no. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Computer was complaining about battery. Okay, so yeah, so I think he might be a better version of Jaleel Scott. Now, 2 games I went Texas Tech again, opponent-wise. West Virginia. Now, who was the other guy to play against West Virginia? There's another here. Wasn't another guy to play against West Virginia? Oh, Hollywood. So Hollywood torched West Virginia with 11 wrecks, 243, 2 touchdowns. This dude also did a good number against West Virginia. 8 receptions, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. Really good numbers. And then Texas. Again, I think somebody else was against Texas here. Wasn't? Nope. Oh, yeah, the Texas one was the running back, Justin too. Okay, so against Texas, 8 receptions, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really good numbers. I think he is a red zone threat. That's where he fits if he makes the team. He is a long shot to make the team. He can push Jaleel Scott for sure. But somebody asked me who will be my 4th receiver. Well, let me talk about Jalen Smith, and then we'll talk about the order. Jaleel Scott will be a bust. Well, 4th round pick, you take chances on guy. Wesley is long with hands. Yes, he has really good hands. One of these undrafted will make the team and star, aka Gus. Wesley is a steal. I like Wesley a lot. He is a bubble guy. If he plays teams, you know that gives you. Yeah, go Orioles, bro. Logan. That helps your chances of making the team. Okay. Now, with Sam's boy, Jalen Smith. Now, with Smith, I didn't go and check his numbers. I think we have talked a lot about Jalen Smith, but I decided to bring him up because people love Jalen Smith. I said it when Newell, he was a 7th, maybe undrafted guy. He went undrafted. I assume if he was going to go undrafted, he was coming to the Ravens. It makes sense. We don't have a big receiving core. The starting quarterback is your boy. Lamar was training with you. That helps your chances. Now, what I see on film. Jalen Smith, not great off the break. So release wasn't good, and when he was running around, let's say a go route, he wanted to just break and cut in. Not good. It wasn't smooth. He does well in extending and catching the ball. That's something that I like. Like if he sees a ball coming and he needs to either jump high point the ball, or needs to jump and extend his body to catch the ball, he will do that. So I like that. Speed isn't great. Route running ability isn't great. Okay, contested catches. Wesley is better. Okay, so when he has the ball, sorry, my handwriting is horrible. You can see it there. It's not the best. Okay, so when he has the ball, he can create yak yardage. So the receivers we got, and we got another guy that didn't have a chance to, on the undrafted side, didn't have a chance to look at it, but looks like our guys that produce good yak yardage. Think about it. Most of the teams, in my opinion, are going to play a zone, but one guy with them. They might have to now put safety with the receivers we have, but you are going to be able to catch, and if you have the ability to have the vision, you might get 5-10 more yards after the catch. And Jalen has the ability to do that. So he's not the best on the blocking game, and he's not super physical. So if you tell me, okay, Sonny, about those two dudes, Wesley and Jalen Smith, currently, who's the better player? I would say Wesley's the better player. Now, who has the most chance? Smith has a better chance because he has the connection with Lamar, meaning he has some chemistry with Lamar. He can probably read better what Lamar wants to do than Wesley. Okay, so let me see the comments here. From Samuel, so yeah, every year, I don't know how many years straight we have a undrafted make the team. Logan, okay, so I already read all that. What do you think about Quincy? I can't pronounce his last name. He will compete. I think he is at the bottom, but you know what? He's coming to his third year. If he works on his craft, he should be better than Jalen Smith and Wesley if he work on his craft. Okay, so Jalen already has 3 years of chemistry with Lamar. Each got better every year under each other. ACC 2017, first team Jalen and Lamar both. Jalen Smith 40 time was 4-4. Yeah, but he doesn't play that fast, man. Let's see, he doesn't. Like same thing with Boykins doesn't play as fast, but Boykins does a bunch of other things that are really, really good. Samuel. I knew Samuel was gonna comment a lot on this. Jalen will have to make this team. The hands way as we have crowded wide receiver core, he has the will to dimension to do so. I got lost there somewhere, Samuel. Rehodo says he will not play with Lamar. He will play with McSorley. True, but in camp, Lamar will throw to everybody. Everybody. And remember, that's Lamar's boy now. I'm just saying, if in a game situation, they know who has the chemistry. Receivers versus quarterback. That's why you saw Chris Moore in his rookie year, right? If they're decent, they should make the team, the field, because people get injured. Okay, I don't see Scott or Quincy make the roster. Well, again, they have the opportunity. They have an advantage to knowing the playbook. If they work on their craft, they should be better than these two guys. But I like Wesley over Smith a little bit more. And this is not a popular opinion. I understand. People love Jalen Smith. I'm just saying what I saw in film. I wish Jalen Smith was a little bit better. Now, can he be better with the Ravens? Maybe under Lamar he plays really different to what I saw. I understand Samuel's point that Jalen under Lamar was better, but I'm just saying as of right now, that's what I'm seeing. So the other player that I have here, undrafted free agent, and it was a Scarf or something like that, Delaware tight end. He looks good. I just didn't have film per se, so I can tell you what I've seen highlights. But I like to just go to the games to see what they did in the game. Okay, so Odaro Alaka. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but that's what I'm going with. He's a linebacker from Texas A&M. He has below average range. He's not rangy. Good finish in space. So if he gets to you, he will bring you down. That's what I was trying to say there. Now on coverage in space, he looks lost. Versus Mosley, I know a lot of people like to attack Mosley. Mosley in space was instinctive. In man coverage, he wasn't great, but on a zone, he was instinctive. Really good. That's why Mosley usually had a couple picks every year. So he's not really good at coverage in space, but he's a thumper again. Good tackling. He's really good on taking blocks, the blocking guys. If a lineman gets to him, he does have the ability and does a decent job getting off the block. Not really good on changing direction. He's tough and he's physical and he has a good size. No, what I think about Alaka, he's a middle linebacker, is he can push board. He's probably trying to battle for that third middle linebacker. Again, I think a guy like Brown should be brought to the team. if he can play teams, special teams, that's what Board used to do here, then or is still doing here, then he can have the ability to make the team. As of right now, he and Board are fighting for the same spot. Can't keep both, but one of those two will be good because our two guys, Kenny Young and Peanut, they're not really thumpers. Now they're really good in space, but they're not really thumpers. This guy is, right? Board was more of a thumper. Zach Brown, if we bring him, he's more of a thumper. So I think we need to bring a linebacker like that to give a break to one of our guys. So, okay, so let me. I wanted to also talk a little bit about the draft class of the other teams. So let me pull that here because I thought I pulled it. And then I'm gonna go check your questions or comments. Okay, so Samuel says Jalen will have to. Okay, no, that I already read that one. So Rahoda says he will not. I already read that one too. Okay, CEO. I don't really see. Damn it! I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, Lastly was Lamar's boy on camp, and he never saw the field. Yes, but Lastly has a big problem that I think Harbaugh won't let him play. Talk about another guy in the bubble. It will be Lastly until he figures out how to not drop balls. He ain't touching the field. I think at this point, a lot of these guys that we brought, they are good hands guys, right? That's what they want. And we don't want to lead the league in passing drops again. So, and dropping rate. We don't want to have that. So, that's that. Wesley will make our team maybe practice squad. I mean, yeah, for sure practice squad. Can't wait till rookie camp to see all these guys together and compete. May the best man win. I agree with that. So they have options, which is good. Samuel says, when is rookie camp? I think Lexigata said, where's rookie camp? I think it's next week if I'm not mistaken. Samuel says, didn't we sign? Oh yeah, the guy from Miami. Where's he? I wrote from him. Where's this guy at? Yes, thank you, Samuel. Let me read what I have from Willis. Before that, let me finish here. Jimmo, what up, man? Thanks. You were awesome in the live stream, bro. You kept me entertained. Dr. S of SCG Sports. You know, if you could speak some Espanol, you will have 10,000 watching. You do play-by-play, being there, seeing it. What do you think? Hey, man, if a lot of people come to me and they want the same video in Spanish, I don't mind doing the same video in Spanish. Spanish is my first language. My English, that's why sometimes in the live specifically, because when I'm doing recorded videos, I tend to cut all that stuff out. But in the live, sometimes I get stuck because my brain is thinking in Spanish. So, but shout out to you. Thanks for coming. Different from last. Jalen is not different from Lastly. I'm just saying that if Jalen has bad hands, he doesn't matter if he's his boy. He won't touch the field. I guess that was my point. Jared Willis. Yes, I have Jared Willis. So let me see. Jimmo said, "What can you speak?" I speak Spanish and English. Those are my two languages. Spanish is my main language, and then English is my second language. Okay, so let me see from Jared Willis. So again, character issues. Doesn't matter in an undrafted guy. You take a flyer in an undrafted guy, you can have the biggest character problems. The Ravens don't take anybody that has beaten a woman or a child, but character issues, drugs or suspension, as an undrafted guy, doesn't matter. Because what happens? Cut him. It's not like it's costing you draft capital. If he sucks, you cut him. Okay. So, good, not great in burst. So Mac has really good burst. Willis doesn't have the greatest burst. Now, placement is really good when he does his job. He's not consistent. Now, the dude is strong. Very, very strong. and he's deadly on his swing move. That is his go-to move. Now, he uses that a lot. I feel like that's all he does. The problem that I have with that is, in the NFL they scout you. They scout you hard, and good guards might be ready for that swing move. And if you don't have any other move, and that's all you can do on a consistent basis, you might struggle. He has a good motor for sure. He's a sure tackling, and he's physical. This guy's a specimen. I mean, him and Mac will be fun to see them play. But then the other problem that I saw with him was he lost leverage too often. LSU was his best, well, not best game. Again, I didn't go to every single game to see what he did, but I like to go, what is a decent opponent, and then say, okay, let me see how they perform. So against LSU, 4 tackles, 4 assists, and 1 sack. As an interior D tackle, that's really good. That is really, really good. Dude is impressive. Now, him and Mac, one of them, again, in my opinion, is going to get some little nagging injury, IR. You can't have this many D tackles and nose tackles. The other guy will be the backup nose tackle, D tackle for the team. And we need it, because once if Pierce and Brandon are out, our D lineman was looking small. We have beef now. We definitely have beef. So I like him a lot. Again, character concerns, a couple of character concerns. But as an undrafted rookie, doesn't matter. Again, if he starts causing problems, and he's going to be extra motivated. He wasn't picked by any team. So he knows he's in a constant bubble. I think that was a good pickup. I like it a lot. So, Jimo says, what kind of Spanish? Castellano, Tex-Mex, Cuban. I'm from Puerto Rico, man. I'm from Puerto Rico. I grew up in Puerto Rico. I've been watching the Ravens since I was in Puerto Rico. Love my Ravens since I was in Puerto Rico. Hordungo says, Gerald had a 20-something agent who just started. Oh, okay. Still, if you can see in the film, and he didn't have the character issues, he had consistent film, he didn't have character issues, he would have been drafted. Even if his agent was a rookie, that didn't matter. I helped rock Joe Newell's channel the other night, right? I asked Joe Newell what he thinks of Jimmo now. Hey man, I love all of you when you come to the channel. You guys are awesome. Willis missed a season for no reasons. So when you were saying Hurudungo, he was a class citizen with the, well, he punched Marty with, I think it was his son. It was a relative. Obviously that's not good. So I'm not saying he has drug problems or none of that, but okay. Rehoda said, Serbiak said he had alteration with former Ravens OC son. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Also, like the Redskins draft, Cardinals had a good draft. Yes, it's Italian. Yes, etc. Cardinals had an outstanding draft, I will say. I disagree with the move of Murray, but if that's the quarterback they wanted to go, another criticism that I would have for them, that was stupid. They not only got the second round from the Cardinal or from Miami. The Miami traded back, got more assets, and then traded the second round for a late second round for Rosen and a 5th round. So that was bad. But Byron's Murphy, really good pick. Joe Newell's boy, that was a good pick too. So I like their draft. So let me see the AFC North picks. Oh man, this opened last year's draft. Why are these people being annoying? Okay. So we can start with the Steelers as this thing decides to open. Let me mute this because this, I'm sure, is coming loud. Okay. Nope, I don't want a video. I just want a stupid article. Just give me the people they drafted. Okay, so you guys might have to help me with the draft picks. Ah, finally, there's one. There's one. Nope, nope, nope. I'm disappointed of you, Cincy. Disappointed. Anyway, so the Steelers pick up Bush, and Bush was a hell of a pick. I think it's something the Steelers needed. Anchor, that middle linebacker, fast linebacker. Baltimore has speed. Baltimore is running the ball well. They need a middle linebacker. They prevented Cincy from taking that middle linebacker, so I like that pick. Jonah Williams, my favorite lineman. I kept saying to you guys, best lineman in this year's draft, Jonah Williams. I thought he was going to drop because some people thought he was more of a guard. He didn't. It was the 11th pick. I think he could be a tackle, but I guess they might put him as a guard. I think he could do both. And then Browns didn't have any because the Browns picked they had Odell. That was the Odell trade. Okay, so both solid picks. Second round, Steelers didn't have any. And Greedy Williams was for the Browns, and he's yapping too much. Greedy Williams is a good player. Can he stop Boykins? Well, that was one of the games was against Greedy. Actually, he played against Greedy, and I think he only had the one catch that game. No, I didn't bring it up, but yeah, against Greedy, I think he only had the one catch. Boykins. Greedy's good. He has some issues, right? And then one of his issues is tackling. Well, Boykins is a strong guy. If he catches the ball, he can push out. Hollywood's slippery, hard to tackle. So let me see here. Sharpen up your weekend. You might be a star. What's up, Marcus? Thanks for joining the live. Dr. S, what up, man? New haircut, looking. Yeah, man. Trying to. Summer. I have the summer vibes. Cars also got Isabel. Oh yeah, that's true, CEO. So that for me is a good pick. Yeah, they definitely got really good. Dr. S of the SCG. You guys make me laugh every time I read that first statement. And that started, guys. That's not me calling myself Dr. S. These guys, some of you, started calling me that in our 4.5 hour live stream. Nice ring to it. Over here of ESPN. So Samuel says, "Go Ravens." I'm calling it right. Great video, Sonny. I like your video. They are laid back and great analysis. Take care. Thanks for joining, Samuel. By the way, if you guys can hit a thumbs up before you guys leave, and don't leave yet because we're gonna finish some stuff. Good to see the usual suspect in the comment section. Shout out to the Ravens flock. Ravens flock always represent. And Sip to Tally laugh, man. I have to laugh sometimes too. And it's staying, Dr. S. Okay. So, I forgot who the Bungles drafted in the second round. So if you guys can help me with that. Let me see here. NFL has all the picks. But the Steelers didn't. The Browns had Greedy. And the Bengals. Who the hell the Bengals had? Let me see here. So draft. Oh, there they are. Let me see here. Let's see who the Bengals drafted. Probably not somebody memorable, if I'm not remembering. Okay, so we're talking about second round. I'm only gonna check the first 3 rounds. It wasn't Drew Lock, CEO Wesley. Okay, so they drafted Drew Sample. That's the only pick they had. Drew Sample. Well, Drew Sample was okay as a tight end, but oh yeah, I remember this pick because we were live doing this. Drew Sample's okay. Drew Sample. They need a tight end, right? Eifert keeps getting injured every year. So they needed a tight end. Drew Sample's okay, nothing spectacular with him. And then Greedy. Steelers didn't have any picks, right? No, they didn't trade up. Okay, so let's go to the third round. Okay, so Drew Lock was Flacco's replacement. That means Flacco might be there for 1 year. Alexander Rico, what up, man? Thanks for joining. Almost at the tail end, but doesn't matter. Thanks for joining. Like Sketa said, they took Ryan Finley in the 4th. Drew Lock to the Broncos. That was for CEO. Sample was their crap. Okay, Steelers. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. I thought that was a big reach. Big reach. But there's something about Johnson that they like. He's explosive, but I thought you could probably get him in the 4th round. That was early in the 3rd. So that was Steelers' first 3rd round pick. I think they have 2. Let me see, Bengals. Jermaine Pratt, linebacker, North Carolina State. He's okay, but they were desperate for a middle linebacker, so I can see. I mean, I understand that pick. I thought they should have picked, both of them should have picked McLaurin at that point. The Steelers also could have got with Ja'Kai Polite. That would have been a better pick, in my opinion. Or Derek Henderson for the Steelers as well. They pick Snell, which is it's not bad. Let me see. McLaurin went to the Redskins. That was a good pickup. Chase Winovich, another good pickup that they could have picked. There's the Browns picking Taki. I had no idea what Taki does. All I know, there's a song that I like that is Taki, but I had no idea how he does. Middle linebacker. They do need a middle linebacker. I don't know. Seems like a reach pick to me, but okay. So Marcus said it kind of sucks seeing Flacco get kicked around. Well, you know, he's getting to that later part of his career, and he hasn't. This is for Marcus. He hasn't produced well in the final years. So Andrew Segura Thompson was a major reach for the Steelers. I agree with you. Nancy, what up? My love. That's my wife, by the way. Shout out to you for seeing my live stream. And Marcus, Ben Power, best pick of the draft. I gave it an A. Was that the no? Well, I gave Jalen Ferguson an A, and Ben Powers A minus. Then there was a couple B's and a C minus from Marshall. But I love Ben Powers, and I actually had him in the 3rd round too. So getting him in the 4th round was really good. Justin Lane, that's actually a good pick for the Steelers. They also needed a cornerback. From Michigan State, I think he's pretty good. Can't keep up with Hollywood, but you know, good pick. And then we picked Boykins. So they had any other picks? That's it. So the first 3 rounds, I think our division, first round was really good for all 3 teams that you consider Odell Beckham. And then second round, Greedy was a good pick. The other picks were average. Steelers didn't pick. And then the 3rd pick, Jalen was good. In the corner, they went to the Steelers. I don't know. Justin Lane. I don't know enough of Taki and Deontay Johnson. I think it was an overdraft reach, and Pratt was probably a reach at that point as well. Okay, so guys, there you have it. Let me see, Marcus. I'll take a couple questions before I sign out. I gave our draft number 4 best in the league. Oh, it was really good. Marshall was the only pick I didn't like. The rest of the picks were super solid. Really solid picks. Really good. We went with speed. We went with playmakers. We wanted playmakers and we got playmakers. So I love our drafts. If you say Sonny had to give an overall grade to our draft, I will say B+. I think that's fair. I think the Cardinals probably have one of the best drafts. Redskins also had a pretty good draft. And I like what the Broncos did. And then probably we're going to be up there with them. So,
So obviously.
yeah, so that's what I just said. Let's get it. I think a B+. B+. Reason why it's not an A, I thought we should have get a middle linebacker, the Ian Marshall pick. Tranquil was there from Clemson. Michael Jordan was there. That should have been the pick in my opinion. Mac, even though I love him, or I like him a lot, I think DeAndre Walker from Georgia should have been the pick there. When Hale got picked, even though I love Hale, I think Samaya would have been a good pick in there instead. So B+, again, I'm not trying to hate on the Ravens. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. But so instead of Marshall, I would have loved, yes, the linebacker from Notre Dame. Yes, he would have been good too, Connie. He would have been good. So, but B+, super solid draft. I'm super excited, super hyped for this season. I wish preseason and open camp and all that. Hopefully the Ravens, I can get a ticket for going to one of these open practice. Last year, was it last year? Last year I went. The year before I couldn't. I didn't win the raffle. So hopefully this year I get an opportunity. And if I go there, I'll obviously will stream from there. As much as the Ravens allow me, because they don't let you have your phone all the way out all the time. But as much as they let me, I'll give a report. So guys, tomorrow with Joe Newell 8:30, we're gonna be talking about draft, roster moves, who's staying, who's leaving, and a couple other things more. Stay tuned. Orioles, for those of you guys like the Orioles videos coming up. And more Ravens videos. You guys know how we do. If you want to support the channel, the merch is down on the description below. Guys, best way you can support my channel is share the channel so I can get more subscribers. Hopefully I can get soon to 500. I'm at 300. Once we get to the 350 giveaway, and then at 500 another giveaway. Once we get monetized, I'll use the first money, which is not gonna be enough for a jersey, but I'll put a couple bucks for my money to get a jersey for a giveaway. So, a couple last comments as we're signing out. Here says, asking Raven for an invitation. Oh, me and Raven had done videos before, and we said we were gonna do a video soon. Marcus Orr, see you tomorrow, man. Please join the stream with Newell. Gerald says, I'm not scared of the Bungles or the Brownies or the Steelers I will add. I'm not scared of neither of them. The Brownies do have a good team, but show it to me on the field. Paper doesn't do me anything. We'll catch you and news tomorrow. Peace. Thanks, man. Have a good night for all of you. Gonna watch Endgame tomorrow at 7. Dude, let's get it. Watch it. I watched it last Friday. Spectacular movie, and Game of Thrones was also really good. So, hey guys, if you ever have questions, comments, always leave it below in the comment section, but you can reach me on the DM. I always answer as quick as I can. If I'm at work, obviously I can't, but as soon as I get off of work, if I see anybody's comment, I acknowledge it and will answer any question. So, thanks for joining the live stream, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.